Hello, my name is Daniel Jones. I'm the lead educator and head of site at MagickSchool2012, which can be found on the web at www.magickschool2012.yolasite.com. That's www.capital MAGICK capital SCHOOL 2012 dot yola YOLA site SITE.com. I am here to discuss with you today uh, lesson number 1 from term number 1, Divinations 1 class at Magic School 2012. Um, we are going to be covering a couple different things today. I'll try to make this as short as I can for those who have ADD, like myself. uh, we are going to be reading today from the Wiccan's Dictionary of Prophecy and Omens. There is a link on the classes offered page. They're in a row. All of them say www.amazon.com, and they offer different course books for the courses here at Magic School. There are going to be a couple other ones that are required for other lessons, but these are just the basic course curriculum books that we require. We're going to be reading today from the Wiccan's Dictionary of Prophecy and Omens, and first, we are going to go ahead and read the introduction. So I'm going to read that with you now. Divination is the art and practice of obtaining knowledge of the future or of secret things by means of omens, organized systems, or prophecy. These methods provide the three main categories into which nearly all divination can be classified. Omens are accidental or chance signs which, when properly interpreted, are believed to reveal the future, warn of impending danger, and so forth. The word omen derives from the Latin ominosus, which means foreboding evil. Ominosus, that's ominosus, ominosus. However, not all omens are necessarily of an evil nature. They can also signify such things as good fortune, love, or the birth of a child. Divination by organized systems includes, but is in no way limited to, astrology, cards, dice, lot casting, the I Ching, palmistry, numerology, and the reading of tea leaves. Many of the systematized methods were devised by the ancient Chaldeans, Babylonians, Romans, Greeks, and Chinese. They were used by priests, shamans, and diviners not only for determining the future course of events, but also for solving problems, identifying the guilty, resolving disputes, and locating lost persons, objects, and even buried treasure. The third and most sacred form of divination is prophecy, which relies on direct communication with divine beings or entities of the spirit world to gain insight into the future, the present, or the past. This is accomplished usually through visions, including dreams, trance states, and possession. Under the category of prophecy are predictions made by prophets, oracles, channelers, spiritualist mediums, and any woman, man, or child who utters by divine inspiration or who acts as a revealer of the will of the gods. The mystical art of divination has been practiced in one form or another since ancient times, in all levels of culture, In modern times, it is an essential part of modern witchcraft and the nature religion of Wicca, appearing in the form of crystal gazing, a Samhain tradition also known as scrying, tarot card interpretation, love divination, or other methods. Many Wiccans are in favor of performing a divination of some kind prior to casting magical spells, especially those spells which may be considered to be manipulative in nature, such as certain love spells. The purpose is to discover whether or not the outcome of the spell will have negative or positive effects. If the divination reveals that something bad or harmful will arise out of it, that particular spell is avoided or altered in such a way that its outcome will not in any way violate the Wiccan Rede, the main tenet of Wicca, which states, "And it harm none, do what thou wilt." No Wiccan in his or her right mind, wants to go against the Wiccan Rede, even unintentionally, and then have to deal with the threefold bad karma that such an action inevitably produces. Here is a list of the various arts of divination from History of the Microcosm by Robert Flood, 17th century. Homo Prophetia, Geomantia, Ars Memoria, Genethalogia, and Philonomia. The numerous methods of divination included in this book range from the ancient to the modern, and are arranged in alphabetical order for the convenience of the reader. Nearly every form of the divinatory arts can be found within the pages of this book. Many of the most archaic and taboo forms of divination involved such practices as animal and human sacrifice, the conjuring of demons and spirits of the dead, urination, and torture. Most of these were popular practices among the diviners of ancient Rome and Greece, but luckily they are no longer in use in modern times. Such practices are listed in this book mainly for their historic significance, and they include anthropomancy, armomancy, cephalomancy, demonomancy, haruspicy, hemomancy, hepatoscopy, heromancy, necromancy, ordeals, spitalomancy or cetalomancy, splanchomancy, sternomancy, and uromancy. Among the methods most popular with 20th century practitioners of divination are alluromancy, fortune cookies, apantomancy, astragalomancy, and astrogyromancy, dice casting, astrology, including astro divination and horoscopy, auramancy, the reading of auras, bibliomancy, cartomancy, especially teratology, chiromancy, palmistry, including chironomy, dowsing, graphology, handwriting analysis, lot casting, numerology, oniromancy, dream interpretation, pendulum divination, podomancy, psychography, psychometry, scrying, gazing, especially crystallomancy, and tasseography, the reading of tea leaves. To receive free information regarding astrological, natal charts, and tarot card, palmistry, and numerology readings by mail, please send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Jarena Dunwich, P.O. Box 525, Fort Covington, New York 12937. Blessed be. Now, page 1 of the Wiccan's Dictionary of Prophecy and Omens. We're going to go over together for the different means of divination, which are listed on pages 1 and 2 of this book. um, Abacomancy, Abacomancy, the art and practice of divination by reading omens and patterns of dust, possibly including the ashes of the dead. The origin and precise method of this unusual form of divination is unknown. However, like most of the divinatory methods covered in this book, abacomancy also likely dates back to ancient times. Aeromancy, Aerimancy, see aeromancy, Aeromancy. Aeromancy, also spelled aeromancy, Aerimancy. The art and practice of divination by the air, the winds, and various atmospheric phenomena such as spectral formations, comets, the shapes of clouds, and so forth. This method of divination, which reaches beyond the scope of weather prognostication, dates back to the earliest of times and was practiced by diviners around the world in one form or another. Aeromancy, Aeromancy, in the most precise sense of the word, covers mainly the art and practice of divination by a current of air. However, in medieval times, divination by nearly any phenomenon of the heavens became classified under the title of aeromancy. In modern times, it continues to be used for primitive weather forecasting, among other things. Electoromancy, Alectoromancy. See electriomancy, Alectryomancy. Electromancy, Alectromancy. See electriomancy, Alectryomancy. Electriomancy, also known as electoromancy and electromancy, the art and practice of divination involving a rooster or a black hen. A circle which is divided into 26 equal pie-shaped parts is drawn on the ground. Each part of the circle represents a different letter of the alphabet and contains a wheat seed or grain of corn. After the appropriate prayers and magical incantations are recited, the rooster or hen, often with its claws cut off or tied together, is placed in the center of the circle and allowed to eat. The letter from each part of the circle where it picks up a seed or grain is recorded and then used to spell out a divinatory message. It is said that this method of divination works best when the moon is positioned in the sign of the ram, Aries, or the sign of the lion, Leo. Another version of electriomancy consists of reciting the letters of the alphabet at dawn and then writing down the ones that are said at the same time the crowing of a rooster is heard. These methods of divination are popular throughout Africa, where they are believed to have originated. Aleuromancy, Aleuromancy, the art and practice of divination by messages baked inside special cakes or cookies, which are then selected at random. The origin of aleuromancy can be traced back to China, where it was performed in ancient times for men and women of great nobility. To gain a better understanding of what the future held in store, the diviner would choose from an assortment of special tea cakes into which tiny essays based on philosophical tenets were baked. Upon breaking open the tea cake, the message contained within would be revealed and interpreted. In Europe, aleuromancy is responsible for the old custom of baking a cake containing a coin of silver. According to the tradition, the person who receives the piece of cake with the coin is either blessed with an abundance of good luck throughout the ensuing year or entitled to have one secret wish granted. Now, we need need to discuss the homework that's going to be done for this lesson, but I am going to go ahead and record another video to do that. So hang tight and I will be back momentarily. Thank you. Actually, I can go ahead and keep going because it looks like I have a little bit of time. So the homework for this lesson, on a piece of paper, list the different means of divination as shown on pages 1 and 2, which I just read to you, and list their definitions, e.g. what each way means. I also read those to you, so bear that in mind.